fast as I get.
The safety man's under it. Keep up.
Holy Bible, son.
Pacific Fleet Commander Admiral Scott Swift addressed members of Chinhae Naval Base to share his appreciation for the sailors' consistent hard work and efforts towards the fleet.
I get to look across the contributions of the entire fleet, and it's made up of your individual contributions, what we do together every day. But it's those individual contributions that you're making that may be small in your mind, but the cumulative effect is felt across the entire fleet.
The Admiral also took this time to address personal questions and concerns that the sailors may have in regards to not only Chinhae, but the overall Navy as well. Senior Airman Taylor West, Chinhae Naval Base, Korea.
Pode ir. Versus Tampa, New Orleans, it's two of the better games in terms of moving the ball. I mean, to go in a game where you don't punt once, to go in another game where you're averaging almost 8 yards of play. I mean, I don't look at those as, man, we're struggling. I look at it as frustrating because you're moving the ball, but you don't have the points to show for it. So you look at why don't you score those points, and we look into all that stuff, and I think in 2 of those games, a lot of that mainly was turnovers. It wasn't so much San Francisco game. We got to get better, and we got to get better in every aspect. You're either getting better or worse, and our goal is to get better. And you guys are right. When you don't score enough points, it means you're getting worse. But I've been in games where you can't do anything, and I haven't felt like that at all this year. It's more like, oh, man, just let's get back out there. We'll get this going. But we've had a few setbacks, and the main thing is don't panic, be confident in what you're doing, and keep just working to get better. And usually when you do that, the rest takes care of itself.
Oh, one last thing. You talked about no huddle, and you said whatever, if it comes up, it comes up. What is the challenge when you have an inexperienced center when it comes to no huddle?
When you're going fast all the time, it can mess up the defense, but that can really mess up the offense too. I feel pretty confident when we know where people are and we can block people, that we're going to have a pretty good running game. You know, when we don't know where people are and they're all over the place and you're trying to go fast, and it's a mess. So it's kind of hit or miss. It turns in again lucky or
Oh, my name is Nicholas. You may know me by another name. Most people call me Santa Claus, but elves who know me best and help me most, they just call me Nick. Every year, round about August, the elves in the North Pole Ministry of Public Relations start pressuring me to participate in social media. I listen a little, I've tweeted a little, but I'm a very, very old man and tend to think new technology is best used by you young people. Still, I'll try anything once or twice. If I wasn't willing to try things, I'd probably not love sashimi so much. The elves asked me to record a video for all you YouTubers to give you an opportunity to ask me questions. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's a busy time of year for me, and this year is especially complicated as we deal with an overstock of suddenly unpopular Elmo toys and a shortage of Big Birds. That's not your problem, though, it's mine. It's a logistical nightmare, if I'm being candid, but we've almost solved it, and they're telling me to wrap this up. Well, okay. Leave a comment on this video, or even better, reply with a video of your own to ask me something you'd like to know. My director of communications, Maynard Pumpernickel, will watch all of the videos and share his favorites with me. Keep it clean and civil. Almost everyone on my naughty list gets there based on mean comments they post on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to get your questions, and subscribe so you can get my answers.
My name is James Styler, and I am in the automotive industry. What I really liked about the VEG is about 10 years ago I met Dan Locke, and he was speaking, and he was really aggressive, and he really had a strong message, and to kind of like, you know, catch wind of what he's up to all of a sudden 10 years later and see that he's really exploded, and he's like making crazy amounts of money, and he's impacting like thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and to see him all over YouTube, and he's got books out, it's like I'm just really blown away at the ground he's taking and the progress he's made and the impact he's made. What I liked about Dan's style is he's really to the point. He really cuts to the chase. He gives you the goods, all right? He gives you lots of examples. He's animated, but you know, when it really comes down to it, what he does is that he gives examples of what he's teaching, you know, in respect to how things are operating in his very own business. And that's what I really like, because you saw live examples of how, you know, how his own business is run. I would say attend every single VEG event you possibly can. It's incredible value. Like, it is phenomenal value. You should be at every single event. You should be meeting people, networking, buying Dan's books, reading the books, and just learning the material, because it's really phenomenal stuff. Dan is bringing you substance, and he's not holding anything back.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay, what subject would you like to talk about? Women? Okay. What's the color of Jeannie's light brown hair? No coaching from the audience, please.
I got a notion to bust this over your head.
Oh, yeah? Well, I bet you wouldn't be so brave without that uniform.
Oh, I wouldn't, huh? I'll show you. I'll take it off.
Hurry up, you big flatfoot. Get 'em off, get 'em off. Come on, you gotta take them off, too. Hurry up, cut out the stalling.
I'm gonna break every bone in your body.
Come on, get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up. That's it, hold that pose. Steady now.
And bookstores, of course, want to sell lots of Bibles, love of money, root of all evil, and they don't want to offend anybody. So, hey, let's sell a Bible version that doesn't offend people. So look what they did with Ephesians 3:9. Which for ages past was kept hidden in God who created all things. Well, they left off Jesus. You don't want to offend people, you know. And they made it ages past instead of from the beginning. Nearly all the new Bible versions have changed it to say ages, ages, ages. And they leave off Jesus in every case. Except for the New King James. They left Jesus in there, but they still call it ages past. That's the only one I could find that left Jesus in there, but they all changed it to ages. They don't want to get this definite 6-day, young earth creationist, because they might offend people and, again, lose money. Now, we could spend hours on the different problems with these verses. The last one that bothers me is
I am Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole. Da 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 da.
Esas pavas todavía viven en Highland. Porque molaría. ¿Queréis ver algo que mola de verdad?
You need money for the meter, money for the toll. Don't turn on the heater, daddy's on the dole. They tell me that the devil pays good money for your soul. We don't got no dough. Tell me there's $1 in the pocket of your jeans. Need money for the baby, the bacon and the beans. I'd buy you a dozen roses, but I just don't have the means. Don't got no dough. Sorry, Mr. Landlord, I cannot pay the rent. Run down to the bank and ask them where my money went. Then come back and tell me just who overspent. Mister, let me tell you, I blame the government.